Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel, and today we're back here on Black Ops 4. In this video, I want to share with you guys some really interesting information that was brought to my attention this afternoon, and I also want to talk about how Black Ops 4 has been doing since it first came out. So, last night, Matt Piscatella of the NPD Group revealed on his Twitter the top 10 best-selling Xbox One and PS4 games of all time in the United States. The NPD Group, for those who don't know by the way, is a market research company that tracks video game sales. They're pretty much the go-to source for everybody in the industry when it comes to sales figures and stats and stuff like that. So whenever you read an article about how well a game is doing or the sales that the game has, chances are that article is sourcing the NPD Group. Well, according to Matt here, these are the results. These are going to be the best-selling games on the Xbox One and the PS4 of all time, and as you guys can see, Call of Duty owns 4 of the top 10 spots on both of those systems. Call of Duty World War II, Black Ops 3, and Infinite Warfare all placed 2nd, 3rd, and 4th on both platforms, and Advanced Warfare is even on both of the lists as well, which is actually very interesting. The only COD game to release for this generation of consoles that's not featured on this list would be Call of Duty Ghost, but remember that Ghost officially came out several weeks before either of these systems, so a lot of its initial sales happened on the Xbox 360 and on the PlayStation 3. I don't know about you guys, but I find this news to be very interesting, right? Because as somebody who's been a part of the Call of Duty community for over a decade now, I've seen all the news articles about how COD is the best-selling game pretty much every single year, but I also hear pretty much every single day about how the series is dying and how it's not as popular as it used to be and how COD's going downhill and things like that. That's why stats like these are so interesting, right? Because instead of relying on personal opinion and personal preference, we can simply look at the numbers to see how Call of Duty is doing right now compared to its competitors, and even though Call of Duty may not be as big in 2018 as it was back in like 2009 to 2012, it's still the biggest FPS game out there by a country mile. The only game that's bigger than Call of Duty on the current systems is Grand Theft Auto 5, but GTA 5 is one gigantic game that's been updated for 5 years straight, and in fact, it's the best-selling video game of all time, according to the NPD Group. So think about that for a second. Right behind the best-selling video game of all time, we have 3 straight Call of Duty games on the current generation of systems, including Infinite Warfare and Call of Duty World War II, which are 2 of the most polarizing games in the series, at least according to the community. So I think that's really interesting. And also keep in mind, these numbers are only accurate up until the end of September. This does not include the sales from October, which means that before the end of 2018, Black Ops 4 may actually make its way onto both of these lists as well. Like I talked about in a recent video, Black Ops 4 was able to make $500 million during its first 3 days, and while doing that, it also set all sorts of digital records for both Activision as well as the PlayStation 4, but despite all of this, the investors aren't very happy, and that has me concerned about the future of the game, because big AAA studios and publishers like Activision and Treyarch, they are beholden to their shareholders. If their shareholders aren't happy, it's up to Activision and Treyarch to make them happy, and that normally involves making more money, which in turn will end up hurting the consumer, right? If you guys didn't hear the news, Activision's stock actually dropped right after Black Ops 4's launch, which was really odd, right? Because normally after a big release, stock prices go up, but in the case of Black Ops 4, that didn't really happen. I keep reading that investors actually expected Black Ops 4 to do even better than it did. To them, $500 million at launch is a letdown, even though the game set all sorts of records. This might have something to do with the fact that Black Ops 4 has a lot of competition this year. Of course, Fallout 76 is right around the corner, Battlefield 5 is coming soon, and Red Dead Redemption 2 is currently blowing up in the way that all Rockstar games seem to blow up. So, like I said, Black Ops 4 made $500 million during its first 3 days. Well, Red Dead Redemption 2 made $750 million during its first 3 days. Now, exactly what effect this is going to have on Call of Duty is yet to be seen. Of course, the holiday season isn't even here for a couple of months, and there are still plenty of sales to go around, but no doubt, Activision does not like continuously losing to Rockstar whenever they put out a big game, right? GTA 4 beat out World at War back in 2008, GTA 5 beat out COD Ghost in 2013, and so far it's looking like Red Dead 2 is going to beat out Black Ops 4 here in 2018. I have to wonder, how is this going to affect things going forward? Like I said, we still have the holiday season coming up, so who knows what's going to happen there, but we also know that Black Ops 4 has been set up to basically be the GTA 5 of the Call of Duty franchise. Activision and Treyarch have said time and time again that they will continuously update Black Ops 4 for 3 years straight, and just like with GTA 5, Black Ops 4 is primed to be full of DLC and microtransactions for the next couple of years. So I'm interested, man. I mean, losing their stock prices a little bit, then of course losing out on their launch sales to Red Dead 2, Activision definitely has a fire under them right now, and I think that's going to make for a very interesting year here in the Call of Duty franchise. But as always, we are going to just have to wait and see how things are going to play out, but I will definitely keep you guys updated with more details as they become available. And also keep in mind, even though Black Ops 4 is set to be updated for years to come, COD is still going to be maintaining its schedule of releasing a new game every single year, and right now, the current rumors are that Infinity Ward is working on both Modern Warfare 4 as well as Modern Warfare 2 Remastered, so that's going to be pretty interesting, man. It's going to be a really interesting couple of years here in the video games industry. But ladies and gentlemen, that is all I have for you guys here in this video. Unfortunately, no real notable Black Ops 4 updates have released over the course of the past couple of days, but now that the dust has settled, I would love to hear down there in the comments, what are your thoughts on the game after the recent balance update? Are you happy with the changes? Are you unhappy with the changes? What would you still like to see Treyarch change about Black Ops 4? Leave your thoughts and feedback down there in the comments. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.